Hello, my friends. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. Hi, Liz. Hi. Oh, hi, Brigida. Good to see you, girl. How are you? So, hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Wednesday evening. It's WoodUbend evening, so to say. Guys, when you join me, just say hi to me and let me know where you're watching from. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela and I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a WoodUbend retailer over here in Frankfurt in Germany, actually. So if you have any questions, put it in the comments also. And it is acting strange at the moment. Again, I'm always not sure if I'm on the right page or if I'm on, but I shall just carry on. I'm sure you will tune in somehow. And so cheers, coffee. It is 8 p.m. over here. And yeah. Okay. Tonight, the new decoupage papers from Posh Talk arrived. So this is what we're going to work with tonight, but we're also going to work with some WoodUbends. I've brought the pair of queens. This is one of the new decoupage papers by Posh Talk, and we're going to use this. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Nina. Thank you. Hi, Georgia. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Manhase. So this is the paper we're going to use, and I'm going to apply it with the Posh Talk Infuser. There's a new one gonna come out soon, which is not there yet, but this one works perfectly fine also. And then we have the WoodUbend 2427, which is this one. Those are actually the new packaging. This one comes in two. You obviously can only order one, so that's also fine. But if you order two, they come in a package like this, which is perfect. I quite like that. So, but let's start with the decoupage first. That's what we're going to do. I've prepared this. This was just like a cheap serving tray, just like a plain basic one by actually I just got it at IKEA. So I've used some crackle on there because I want to have those cracks coming. So I don't know if you can see that. The base, I put the base in like a lavender color, and the reason I've put the white on top is when I put the paper on there, I want the colors to basically pop. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm sorry if you don't see my face, but I think it's more important that you see what I do. I'm going to bring you a little closer in a second also. And so I show you the paper. Oops, I show you the paper from the back. The decoupage papers by Posh Talk, they are rice papers. So they've got like a fiber structure, which makes them really, really pretty and very easy to use at the same time. And Liz, I'm going to tell you later. So yeah, the reason I've used white is, I don't know if you, let's see if I have something dark I can put underneath. Yeah, I just use that as a darker color to place underneath, and you can probably see that then pretty nicely. The color's going to pop more when there's like white underneath, you know, because this is going to shine through and you're going to see the crackles. You can already see the crackles a little bit here. So if you don't mind the colors to shine that bright, you can put it onto any other color. So obviously that works, you know. This is my preference. You don't have to do that. This is my personal preference. And I'm going to bring you close. I hope you're all right, guys. Hi, Tammy. So from Kuwait, that's a long way. Thank you so much for joining me. Wow, that's amazing where people all watch from. Instagram get you over. Instagram also, when you join me, I'll be always very happy if somebody says hi to me. So let's see. Get that out of the way. So, and I want to get, the nice thing about them is so that you always know which one you've ordered. The name of that decoupage paper is printed on there. So I'm going to take that off, and I don't want to have a straight line. Even this has a frame. This has a lovely frame, which you could use, but I don't want to have that frame because I'm going to blend it in at the end with the paste a little. And I'm going to take that off with some water because that also works with that one. I'm just going to get brush and breath. I'm out of breath already, guys. I don't know why I'm nervous. It's the first time I'm working with the papers. Hi, Vera. So, hi, Sarah. Yes, it's my gang. So, I'm just using a little, just water to soften this edge up, and there we go from there. So, there we go. You can rip it like this. I feel it's easier when you have that a little wet. Then you can just like rip it off gently. This also helps. I mostly do that with my papers because I don't want to have. This softens the edges up, you know, so you don't have to paint that much over the edges. They blend in easier. So that's what I wanted to say. Sometimes I'm lost for words, guys. So obviously, if you don't want to lose any of the frame, you can cut it with a scissor. That works nicely. But you can also just rip it off, wet it a little bit, and just rip it with the so go around the edge here. So are you painting along, crafting along with me? Oh, hi, WoodUbend. Thank you for having me. Hello, Patricia. Ah, Sarah. It's about, I think it's about 1.5 years I'm doing lives now. And I can tell you, if you go back to my first lives I've done, I was like, almost dropping dead before I went live. So obviously I'm not that nervous anymore, but I'm still always nervous. So that'll probably never change. I never even thought that, God, if somebody would have told me 2 years ago that I would be on Facebook doing some lives, I would have said, nah, me, never. So, my feels are dolls. So what I like, when I ride my bike, I have my helmet on, so nobody recognizes me. So that's basically what I am. But still, this paper is new, and I'm on the WoodUbend page, and it's one of their papers, and I don't want to mess it up. So of course I'm nervous. And it's beautiful also. I love that. This is so unusual. So unusual. So just rip that around. Just rip that around. So, and it's not as, if you have like normal paper, that rips a lot easier. So this is pretty strong, this paper, which is a great benefit when you apply it. You can reposition it until you're happy. Hi, Linda. Thank you, Linda. I really appreciate it. But I've got the sweetest community around me, and with Dixievel and WoodUbend, great companies to work with. They're ever so supportive. So that makes it a lot easier. With you guys around, you're so supportive and you're so sweet. And even if I mess up, I mean, I do mess up sometimes, you know, obviously this is, you know, sometimes the things don't, you know that from yourself, you know, when you do something, not everything turns out the way you want it. But that's art, that's craft life, whatever you want to call it. So just get, I just want to get I could paint over it, but this always leaves, whatever paper you use, decoupage paper, this always leaves like, it always leaves like, you can see the edges basically, and that's what I don't want to have. So that's gone now. You see, it's gone now. I've taken the edges off, so you can, now we can apply that onto the pair of queens. That's what they are. Beautiful queens. So, okay, this is going to go on here like this. And it's going to be very easy to blend those in at the end. So now let's open up the infuser. I'm going to get a new one. Patricia, we all mess up from time to time. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're just humans, you know, we're not robots or anything. So obviously that's life. That's life. So the infuser by Posh Talk is also, it is pretty, isn't it? Hi, Becky. It's perfect also for diluting the pigments in. And it's almost like a top coat, and it looks milky, but it dries clear. And I'm going to apply a coat of the infuser first, and this decoupage, I mean, you can use your decoupage medium, whatever you have. You can use a top coat. I'm using the infuser because I like to use the products I've got on hand, and I am not buying any separate products for, you know, for things. I can use the products I have. So I want to make sure I have enough of the product on here, and then I'm going to apply it. You can see there's like a little stripe, you know, where when I painted the red around, the paint wasn't quite dry, but this is, I'm not worried about that. So I'm going to place that. I'm going to eyeball as per usual, and that's about it. So now I'm just going to go touch it in the middle here. I'm going gently to the outside. You don't want to have too many wrinkles. Even there's like the crackle underneath, but the crackle is going to be enough wrinkles for my taste. So just go from there. You could use some cling film to go over it. That also works. If I do bigger pieces, I just use some cling film and go over the edges. So this is already going dry. It is pretty hot over here, so it's pretty warm. So obviously, if it dries up too quickly, you can reposition that. As you can see, I'm lifting it gently up again to place it back down. And as I said, if I use a bigger sheet, this is the A3. Those decoupage papers that come in A1 and A3. And the A1 would just be a little too big for this. So there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, you know, there are a little translucent, those pictures, so you can see beautifully. Let's see, this way around. Can you see the crackles coming through it here? I think that's very pretty with the red queen. You can see that. I'm going to bring that a little closer. Can you see that, how the crackle comes through there? So I think that's pretty amazing. So, So it's rare anyone paints in red. I quite like painting in red. So, I mean, this would go perfect like with grays and blacks and stuff like that. But you know me, I'm a colorful person, and I always think, oh, I'm going to do that a little bit calmer this time. But as per usual, bonsoir, Michelle. As per usual, it didn't. So now I'm just gonna go, as this is rice paper, I'm going to saturate this with the infuser just to make sure that paper is going to stick nicely. Also, this step is different from paper to paper. Always care for the instructions which come with it. Some papers will be stressed out if you put your medium right on top after you have applied it. So that's the reason I am. But the rice paper likes it. It basically likes it if you really saturate it to make sure it's going to stick, especially around those edges, and it pushes out the wrinkles also. There's no wrinkles on here whatsoever. The only thing you see is the crackles underneath. So that was pretty easy. Even with small sheets, you sometimes really struggle to apply that without wrinkles. So it's nothing new, I'm telling you there. Hi, Karina. Thank you, Karina. This is the pair of queens by Posh Chalk. Those decoupage papers are brand new. So if you wanna shop actually the products, you can pop over to the WoodUbending page and check for your local retailer there. So I'm just gonna bring that up closer to you so you can see that beautiful crackle and stuff. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. I'm gonna come to the WoodUbend now, because I wanna apply the WoodUbend around those edges. So you're probably thinking, how are you gonna do that? This is a round piece. How on earth is this going to work? So I'm just going to unwrap that. As I said, this is the packaging, the new packaging by the WoodUbends. Put that down. And this is the 2427. That's the item I'm using. 2427. So, Sarah, thank you. Yes. Oh, hi, thank you. Oh, happy you like it. Hi, Liz. I'm happy you like it, Linda. This is gorgeous, this paper. I know this goes exactly, it's right up your street. So I want to wrap this around this corner here. So obviously this is too big. So I'm going to cut that in half. And I see, I'm seeing a little bit of a problem. I don't think this is going to work how I think it'll work. Let me think. As this is not a straight edge. I'm just noticing this is not a straight edge. So I will run into trouble here, which is not new when I do projects. Let me just see. But I'm going to do that different. I'm going to apply it and then I'm going to cut it off on the edge. So I will I will need 2 more. That's how I'm gonna do that. If I would, as this is like angled, the whole tray, I could cut it. Otherwise, if I have a straight corner, I cut it in half and I just lay it around the edge. But obviously, this is not going to work here. You can stretch it a little, but you can't stretch it that much. I might even try it. I might even try it. Let's see what happens. So this is the Master of Disaster laboratory, guys. We'll try it. Sorry, you already wrote it. You're going to do it, I know. So, okay. For those who don't know WoodUbend, you're probably just wondering how I could bend that around. The WoodUbends, when they are made out of wood, but they have like they behave like wood, but they do not behave like wood. When they are cold, when they're in a solid state, you know, they are like wood. They're very light. You can drill them, you can sand them, you can carve them. You can obviously break them as they are. Shot of caffeine, yeah. You can even break them if you have like a fragile ornament. You know, they're not unbreakable, but you can rejoin them. So I'm just looking for the word. You can rejoin them. You can cut them when they are in a warm state, and you can wrap them around shapes. That's what I've just done. So I'm just warming that up on a griddle. You can warm that up with so where's my okay, I'm using my stir stick. I'm using my stir stick to cut that ornament in half. So I've had that warm up on the griddle, and I'm just using a sharp knife. There we go. So it's cut in half. And now I'm just going to see what happens. So you might be all right because you can stretch them and reshape them a little bit. That might go pretty well. So I'm going to warm the other bit up also. I'm going to cut it straight away. There's a little bit in the middle there I don't have from the production. As you can see, they are very detailed, beautiful, beautiful ornaments. So, and they need about the same time, you know, you can see that's warmed up. So this is now nice and bendy. Like it says, WoodUbend, nice and bendy. They need about the same time to cool down like they need to warm up. I want to get pretty much the middle. So concentrate. They need about the same time to cool down like they need to warm up. So there we go. I'm going to paint those straight away because on that tray I also have on the outside, the crackle. So I don't want to paint over the crackle. I want to keep that basically, as you can see. So I'm going to get, for painting, I'm going to paint that in, as the violet is under there. And there's also, don't know if you can see that. There's like a slightly, if you look very closely, there's just like a little bit of a purpley undertone in there. So you know me, I'm always making birds. That's a new bird, purpley. Does that word purpley exist in English? Michelle, my translator. Is Michelle there? I haven't seen her. I've seen my favorite French Michelle. There's my favorite American Michelle. My knife. Nina, relax. So the Posh Chalk metallic paste, they are beautiful and shiny. And as you know, as the name says, they are pastes. So they've got like a thicker consistency. You can do raised stenciling with them, and you can pop those pastes, you know, when you have applied them and they're still wet, and you heat them up with a heat gun. You blow them with a heat gun, they pop up, which is very pretty also. But I'm going to use it as paint today. So I grab my baby wipes, my best friend, Mr. Waffle, baby wipes, coffee. That's me. Is it Tanya? Oh, your name is spelled beautifully. Tanya. I've never seen it spelled like that. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I'm sorry. I hope I did. So I'm going to paint that just with, I'm just going to use my brush. I've just, so I'm going to, this brush is still a little wet. So you can paint those WoodUbends before you apply them. You can paint them after you've applied them. So obviously this time I'm painting them beforehand because I don't want to have this color all over the tray, as I don't want to contaminate my, look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can use a little bit of water, spray that with a little bit of water to make that run easier into those details of those WoodUbend ornaments. There we go. That's what I said. I've just broken that. I've pressed that together too hard. I'm going to rejoin that when we apply it. So obviously this edge was weakened because there was cut. But that's no problem. You can always rejoin them without any trouble. And when you paint them beforehand, especially when you do what I do now, bending it around an edge, you want to have it, where's my Mr. Bottle? Over there. Hang on, guys. You want to use a paint which is flexible, you know, otherwise the paint cracks when you bend it around like sharp corners. I'm going to use. So I'm trying to be a little more gentle now because obviously those edges are weakened where I've cut it in half. I'm going to actually spray that ornament a little bit to make that paste a little runny. You can see if you need 1 or 2 coats, depends how much you water that down. Usually you only need 1 coat. And those pastes, they are water-based. They've got a beautiful smell to them. Each color, they come in loads of different colors. WoodUbend, how many colors do you have in those metallic pastes? Look how pretty and how shiny they are. Isn't that gorgeous? The patina, you don't have to seal the patina. The patina dries. Just use very little. Liz, just use very little of the patina, and it usually dries within 24 hours. It depends on temperature and humidity, but it usually dries so pretty within 24 hours. So, but use it just little, you know. It's very rich, and if you use too much, it's taken longer. You know, if you use too much of that, it's taken longer. So, and I'm not worried having it all over my fingers because I can just like wipe that off with a baby wipe. That works. Easy peasy. Go from here. There's a bit much of the paste. Got more of the paste on my fingers than on that ornament. ever. So just laying on the griddle to make it soft again. As I said, you can heat them up with a heat gun. You can heat them up with a hair dryer. That obviously takes a little longer because it's not as hot as a heat gun, but it's a lot safer. People who are following me can tell you that. Most or a lot of times it is do as I say, not as I do. Sometimes a little clumsy. So there we go. Almost finished. There we go. Okay. So you can use, as I said, when you paint them before and you want to bend them that much, you should use a flexible paint so it doesn't crack and you don't need to paint over it again. Just close that. Just wipe my fingers. I don't want to have it all over the place in a second when I touch the other stuff. So I just got a baby wipe here, so that's fine to take that off. So there we go. Yes, Sarah. As they are water-based, you can water them down. That's absolutely no problem. Makes it easier, if you want to use them more like a paint. So put it in the water. Put that to the side. This also have a sip of coffee. Sorry, I have dry mouth. All the talking. So now I'm having this for applying the woody bands. For applying the woody bands, you use a regular, or not a regular, you use a good quality wood glue. You use wood glue, but a good quality wood glue. So where's my brush? There it is. So I'm going to, there it is. So I'm going to get some of it in this little jar now because this is already used up a bit. Makes my life easier. And I'm going to apply that with a brush. Also, wood glue is water-based. This one I'm using here is a little bit thicker in the consistency, which helps for it to stay out where it's supposed to be. That's hot. So now I'm applying the wood glue on the back. I'm going to see in a second what's going to happen. I've got baby wipes close to me. I've got another artist brush close to me, so I can, every glue which squeezes out on the side, basically take off. So apply enough wood glue so you can put it nicely onto your project. And hopefully not so much that it's going to, so this is already cooling down again. So I'm going to get my heat gun and just warming that up a bit again. Let's see if this is going to work how I want to have it. I can stretch it away, as they're pretty flexible. You can stretch, but this is a pretty much way it is going to work. It is going to work beautifully, my friends. This is going to work beautifully. So I'm just going to press that on here on the bottom. So you can see that I'm going to get that nicely around this edge here. It looks a bit of a mess now. So I've got to keep pressing that down. So it's, oops. And when it cools down, it's going to stay in the shape I've just been pushing that into. So just going to hold that down a little more. Just around here till the glue dries a bit. And any edges sticking over, I can basically at the end take off or sand off or take them off with a knife or something like that, because there's a little bit of a nose down here. But that works beautifully. So now baby wipe and another brush to take the, if you have like detailed ornaments like this one is pretty much, you can go into those details and get the excess glue off with that brush. That makes it easier. So you make it wet. So I'm gonna bring it a little more up to you so you can see maybe a little better. So and then you just go in those gaps. So my crackle and the paint should be pretty dry. I've already done that yesterday. I'll try to prepare that this time. And just take that glue off. It's already dried a bit because I've been doing too much talking. But you can take that off. As it is water-based, it works pretty nicely. And it's going to dry clear anyway at the end, so it's not of a problem. It's not of a problem. So, what do you think? If I turn that around, this edge, that looks pretty amazing, doesn't it? So, I'm just going to do, which edge? I'm just going to do this edge and then, time always flies. Guys, this is, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this is the other one, or the next one. Sally, how do you do that? When you do your lives, you know, you have like a project almost completely finished and I'm just, I don't know. It takes me always ages to get something finished. But even so, at least you can see every single detail very clearly, I guess. So, same thing. And this edge here. Let's see. I'm going to drop something in a minute so I can see that happening. I can see that happening. There's too much glue there. I'm going to take that off there straight away now. It is already squeezing out to the top there. It's too much. Still, I'm making it, warming it up again. Place it already where I want to have it, so I can push it around the edge in a sec. So, get that there, get this here. So as you can see, you can change that shape. You're not ruining any of the details, you know, so this is the nice thing about it. You're not ruining any of the details. You're basically just bending it around. So and this is on the middle setting, this heat gun. This is on the middle setting. Get that up here. Around there. You sometimes need a helping hand, especially when you do the lives, which I haven't got. So I'm just holding that down in shape now till that dries. Okay. Instagram, sorry. There we go. So get the excess glue off here. Water. As I said, when you have like an intricate ornament like this, it's easier to use a brush and some water to get the glue out of those edges. And it's going to dry, as I said, clear anyway, but this is just to get like the main glue off. So this is that. Done. So obviously I'm going to do that with all 4 edges so that they have like nice corner pieces around. There you go, Instagram. So now let's just see which paste we're going to use to blend it a little in, because this inside here I want to have blingy. I want to have that blingy. Down, out of the way. Let's see, which colors do we see here? What do we see here? I've got them. So this is the green bronze. We're going to use some of the white titanium. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use that. Where is my graphite? I had it just a minute ago. Over here, those are the texture pastes. Here we are. Here we are. I want to have the black graphite on here. And I might use some of the deep gold. No, probably not. I think I'm going to stay with those. And I've got I had the red in my hand before, and where did I put it? The red paste. When I decided to stay with the purple, I had the red in my hands, didn't I? Where did I put it, guys? Thank you, Sarah. Oh, the football to start. Oh yes, Germany is playing tonight, aren't they? So I don't know. Usually I like to see the games, but I don't know. Somehow this year I'm not into football. I don't know. So again, metallic paste is basically the same. They have, you just see like the purple is in a different jar. I'll show you again. The purple was in this jar, and the olive green is in like this wider jar. This is the same amount of product in those jars. This is basically how Posh Chalk can get their hands on the containers during this time, because you cannot always get what you want. Oh, there's the red. I just found the red. So this is the red medium cadmium. So those are the ones I'm probably going to use. There we go. And mix them a little together. So I'm using the lid here. Probably just using, see if I can only use the lids. I'm going to put a little of the product in the lids. Right there. Mix it up quickly. So who's going? I can't even remember against who Germany is playing tonight. So who are we playing tonight? Yes, Nina, that's the trouble when you have so many to choose from. That's correct. So I'm just going to put a little of the paste into the lid, which you obviously shouldn't do. I'm going to put it on the plate, but I just put it there for now, and I'm going to clean the lids up in a minute. Go. That's it. The black I've used earlier, so this is already mixed. I'm not bothering to mix that again. But as those products are water-based, you should mix them up before you use them. And they're all ever so pretty and shiny. Pretty and shiny. If I miss any questions, guys, apologies. I'm going to come back in a minute. So there's not much of this left. They all got like a pretty shine to them, as they are all metallic paste. White lids. I'm going to paint with them. So, because now I can only use like basically one. Just going to dampen my brush a little bit. I can only use basically one brush. That's what I like to do. And I'm just going to go around, blend it a little in. The olive here. I'm going to bring that up close to you in a second so you can see what we've done here. So now I don't need to worry about contamination. I didn't want to put it into, or get with my brush into the jar, but just going to dampen my brush to get that paint a little more running. Clean the edge here just like a little. Don't want to mess that up too much. I'm going to go around those edges more with the red. So I'm not worried about that. I cover up the crackle on the outside. I wanted to have the crackle more under the paper. That's the reason I'm going around those edges like this. Covering it up. So still got to be a bit gentle to not pull it back. But you can see already with the first coat, we have pretty good coverage. At the moment, I'm just doing a mixture of the I keep forgetting the name of the green bronze, not olive, green bronze and the graphite. So I might go over some areas again. Dampen my brush over here just to blend that paper in. What's the time? 51 minutes. Just give me a couple of seconds. I don't want to make a second live out of this. So just want to blend that in quickly, and so you can see the almost finished product. So I'm going to clean that up a bit. Graphite around here. So I'm basically I'm using one brush to go around the whole thing. I'm using the red now. Put on the bottom here. There. Noisy table, I'm sorry. And I'm just dampening my brush. That makes my life a little easier for the more of the green bronze around this area here. Then we'll have that almost finished. So, and I'm just going around in a dabbing motion to blend those pastes together. So there's going to be a second coat in some areas. I don't want to distress that too much, as this has got to dry, especially around here. It's got to dry a bit. There we go. But you can see which way or which direction we are going. A little bit of the red going around here. And I want to have it blingy. So that's the reason I'm not using the, the paint. I want to have it blingy. Just like the shimmer going through on the edges. I have a little bit of the crackle going on the sides. Just going to come on those edges. So. Just with my fingers. There we go. Very quickly. So I'm going to come around for a second coat. I'm just going to put that, no, I'm not putting it on the seat because I'm probably going to sit on it in a second. So I get this out of the way. To water. Bottom. There you go. There you go. So now I'm going to come close. Oops, I'm going to come close to you. Come up to me, guys. Hang on. I'm going to show you. Oh, here we are. This is a rush. Oh, thank you, Jenna. So there you go. So it's not finished, but it's pretty much blended in the paper. So, and we have the, which way? There we have the. So obviously I'm going to do those on the other edges, and this is going to have like a rustic look. You can see the crackle peeking through that delicate skin of those ladies, which I think is very pretty. So I hope you like it, my friends. I hope you like it. See if I can get a little more into the picture. I hope you like it. I'm totally out of breath. I'm totally out of breath. I'm going to go like this so you can see them a little better. So thank you, Linda. Thank you so much, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed that. Guys, I'm going to check for the comments in a second. And isn't it gorgeous, that paper? Isn't it gorgeous this way? That's what I wanted to show you. Look at those ornaments. Ever so pretty. Ever so pretty. So, okay. Hi, Wanda. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet, Wanda. That's so sweet. I really appreciate you being here. My friends, thank you so much for being with me. My name is Angela. I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. Oh, I'm seeing a sad face there. Okay. My name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a WoodUbending retailer over here in Frankfurt in Germany. So if you haven't done it yet, guys, please pop over to my page, leave me a like there. If you want to shop the products, pop over to the WoodUbending page and check for your local retailer. And as I said, I'm going to check for your questions. You can also contact me if you want to. I'm always very happy to help you. So I'm wishing you now a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you're watching from. And I see you on the WoodUbend page next week. Bye, guys. Thank you for being with me. And you, Linda. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Cassie. Really appreciate you guys, my gang. Bye, Instagram. Thank you for being with me. Appreciate you also very much. You're mostly very quiet, but I still love you. Bye. Am I still on? Doesn't want to end it. Facebook, sometimes it doesn't want to start it and sometimes it doesn't want to end it. Is anybody still here? There? Am I still on? I'm not quite sure.